So another question I'm asked a lot, which is, how do I get my child to improve their when they're on the field? How should I criticize my child? And sometimes I don't think you should say anything. If it's not going to be, it matters how old they are. That's first of all. So let's just say they're 6, 7 years old, 5, 6, 7. When they get off the field, even if you think they stunk, you just put on a happy face because, again, the most important thing for you to know is a child only wants to make mom and dad proud. That's the number one thing they want to do. If they make you proud, they feel good about themselves. So when they walk off the field, if they were picking flowers, you don't have to lie to them. You just tell them, I loved watching you play. You're not lying. You didn't say they didn't play well. And you're also not criticizing them because no one wants to be criticized. Another way to look at it is if they do one thing right and they do everything else wrong, let's talk about that one thing they did right, because that's what they're going to hold on to, and then they're going to do more of that. So let's focus on the positive and not the negative. And if they're really, a child does not become sports savvy or they don't have motivation to play sports until 8, 9 years old, especially if they're the oldest son. Okay, they don't have it around in their family, in their environment. So the younger son is always going to have the advantage because they're looking up to their model, their older brother. So they have an advantage by they're going to start playing sports earlier because they're looking up to their older brother, and they're going to be more aggressive because they're fighting for attention in the house. So they have two advantages, but that doesn't make them the better player. It's very difficult to teach aggressive nature, so they do have an advantage, but I find the older ones are more articulate, and there's a lot of interesting, typically, there's a lot of interesting ways, the older one's a little more analytical, but it's very interesting how it typically runs the same. This is not the truth for everyone. I've seen older boys that are crazy aggressive, and younger brothers who just don't want to play sports at all. So it's interesting, and you have to know your audience. Each child that you have is going to be super different. So, basically, tell them I just love watching you play. That's really, really positive. Once they get into sports and they really start caring about sports, you can start to be a little bit more critical. But let's focus on the things they're doing right. And then thirdly, I think when they really, really, really start caring about sports and you see them and they're not performing to the level they should be, you don't have to say anything. Just get your camera, your phone out. It's easy these days. And you record them for 2 minutes. And then you make 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 videos of recording them for 2 minutes. Let them criticize themselves. And that's how you're going to see profound different results. They're going to start to put more effort into their performance, and it's going to actually make you happier. So don't criticize them. They have a coach for that. You can talk to your coach, but use these tricks, okay? Record them. Let them criticize themselves. They're going to see it. They're going to get the input that they couldn't get, okay?